Welcome back to Tampa Customs, and on this episode we are getting back to car content. We are going to be working on Annabelle. She's got a weird idle that started when? How long ago?
Ooh, it's been months.
Yeah, but it was fine for a long time.
It was fine for a long time, and then it started around, like, honestly, December-ish.
December, I started to get an idle. Like it's basically idle hunting. We did do some checks to spray around intakes, stuff like that, with some brake cleaner, some starter fluid, to see if we could get the idle to change, and it really didn't do anything. And even if it did have a huge vacuum leak, usually that causes your idle to hang high and not go up and down like this. So after doing some research, we are going to change out the IAC, and we are going to change out, which this I just wanted to do because why not, the inlet air temp sensor. Both those sensors have probably never been changed. They're both probably 30, well, it was 87?
His car is actually 38 years old this year.
Okay, so those sensors are probably 38 years old. So there's no reason not to change them out. Now, will this solve the problem? Maybe, maybe not, because we know the computer, well, the computer was replaced, wasn't it?
I don't know what
they
you guys
did,
said.
because they accessed the computer.
Yes.
The panel is off in front of the computer. So it may have a newer computer, or it may still have the same computer that's also 38 years old, which could also be part of the problem. But we figured these sensors were 12 bucks a piece. No reason not to just throw them in and see if it's that easy as that the IAC is reading wrong and just causing the idle. So why don't you start it so we can hopefully see what it's doing, and that way we'll know if we've fixed the problem. Do you guys leave your foot on it to keep it idling?
Well, the car roll away.
Oh, what's the brake?
Oh, no, my foot's not on the clutch.
Okay, you put that on the gas.
No.
Okay.
It's already starting to do it.
But another part of
Now let's see, but it's high revving here.
Yeah, it's at high rev, which is where it wants to be.
But before this, it was slightly doing this. There it goes.
So we'll let this warm up for a minute, and then we'll come back so you can hear what it's doing. Okay, now you can hear what it's doing. And it's kind of random. It's not a certain amount of time. He says sometimes you can get halfway to work before it starts doing it. Sometimes it goes faster. That's why I'm curious if it's not it could be the air inlet, and as it warms up, it causes just a bad reading. Again, it could just be the IAC has gone bad. So we are going to shut it down, and we will see if we can solve the issue with a couple of sensors. Here's the two sensors we got. They should just be screw-in type. Yep. We're gonna have to get a socket for this. Okay. Yeah, this is a temp sensor. You can see by the little diode in it.
Okay.
Or whatever. I think it's a diode. And then we have our... I think it's massive. We're gonna have to see if we can find a socket big enough for that or an adjustable to pop that sucker off. That's big. I don't even know where they go yet. We'll have to find them. This is our IAC. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so the IAC's big. It's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
So where is that one?
Right here.
Okay, that's easy enough to find. The IAC is right there. And then the air inlet one is going to, it's got to be somewhere in the plenum here. Oh, is that, no, that's not it. It's got to be somewhere in the plenum here somewhere. We'll see. We'll get the boot out of the way.
Okay.
And so grab a screwdriver. Let's get the boot moved. That'll give us a little more access.
Do you want to remove this?
We can. Yeah, you might as well get it out of the way.
Okay.
It's a 10. Oh yeah, all these tools are still in here from when we did the rest of it.
Let's delete this.
Let me go see if I can find a
socket for that.
I'm not gonna have a socket that big, but it should come out with an adjustable. It's pretty big. So here is the IAC, and then over here is our charge air temperature sensor. I wonder how bad our air filter is. Have we ever checked the air filter?
No.
Is there an air filter?
I hope so. Looks like there.
Not a lot of metal up there. Okay. No! Drop the wing nut. There it is. That's not awful. It's rusty, but it's not awful. I mean, it's not good. It's been backfiring a little bit into it. You can see the black mark.
Is that from all the...
It's all the extra, that's all the oil you're burning and stuff. There's been some water in it.
Fun.
Yeah. But it's not...
mean, that's not... We're not going to stop the water. They're great.
But I can still see through it. So like...
It's still good?
Yeah, it's not filthy, so that's not a problem. So that's okay.
Okay. Might need one soon anyways.
I mean, we'll get there.
It just in
we'll
case.
get there eventually. Get there eventually. Oh, it's covered. Oh, you know what? This is covered in crud. This could be part of our problem. It is covered in crud.
Take it out and I wash it?
No. We have the replacement for it.
Oh, the
sensor's covered. Whoops, that clip just broke. Well, that was very fragile. Just be careful plugging it back in.
Okay.
Okay, let's be very careful. Hold that. Be very careful unplugging this guy because we don't want this guy to break. We've had him out before though. And it's a 32 millimeter socket, and I do have one. So that's good. I'm gonna get this guy out of the way as well for right now. All these clips are just getting brittle.
Yeah, I mean 38 years old.
Okay. I think we should be able to grab it there, man. It is like, you almost need a shallow, not an impact socket, because it's gonna be hard to grab that, but we will do our best without breaking anything. Hopefully we can get this out of here without doing any damage to anything else, because that would be bad to do damage to other things. We need it with, it's not going to grab it. We need a 32 chrome socket, so the wall would be a lot thinner. Because there's the aluminum casting is not going to make it easy to grab right up here. I do not want to crack this thing.
I've taken it out in pieces.
Well, we cracked the housing. You're not driving it anywhere.
Oh.
Until we get a new one. You can see it grabs and then
let's go.
It kicks off. Yeah, I won't grab it. Okay. Before we strip that off, we may have to go track down this a chrome socket.
Okay.
Let's even get the rest of this thing out, which I think is just this hose, which is clamped on your flat blade. We can get this guy swapped out. Again, with this car, we don't know how long this car sat,
We do
and
know
now it's getting run daily.
We do know it's sat in a garage, though.
We do, but again, we don't know if this car was daily driven a lot, or if it sat for a really long time.
And the guy who bought
And
it
now
from,
that you're driving it a lot,
things are starting to go wrong.
right, the sensors are starting to fail.
And the guy we bought it from said he drove it daily 2 hours, but
That's what he said. There's no
absolutely
way
not
with that
that
clutch
clutch.
was shot.
yeah.
There's no way he drove that daily. I should have bought. They sell this with a new plug. I should have bought it with the plug. We could have just swapped it over. 'Cause I'm sure they're expecting them to be brittle, but it's fine. If we need it, we'll order it. Okay, so there's this piece.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got some soot on it. This, guys, we should be able to get off here. So let's do that really quick.
Okay.
Which I don't think that I have with me. But let's see if... Just knock it off with this. Oh my! It is not loose. They're ripping this housing open, which I don't want to do. There it goes, something's turning.
There it goes. Maybe.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
That stuff
Okay.
coming out of it?
No, it's trying to
Oh.
come off. Okay, go grab me the
The new one?
new one. We'll screw it in. It looks like there's a little bit of thread sealant on that one. So I'm gonna do the same, but we do not want to get it on the thing. That'd be
Sensor.
bad. Yeah, do not get it on the sensor though. Dummy. There we go. Okay. Doesn't have to be any tighter than that. It's in.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go and reinstall this, and then we'll go see if we can go find a socket
Okay.
for the other one. Picked up a Chrome 32, which has got a lot thinner sidewall. Still doesn't fit great. I don't know what they expect you to put on there, unless they have like one of those those sheet metal, like they make sockets that are made like stamped steel. Maybe it's what they expect. It does go on a little bit further. Let's hope it goes on far enough further. Oh, that was barely even tight. So that was great. It's perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Okay. Now, I guess your TPS could be bad too. So if nothing else fixes, we might do a TPS.
Okay.
That is pretty sooty and dirty. Which again, if...
They never been replaced.
Well, not only that, your car is now running and it's running dirty because your engine needs some work. I mean, it needs to rebuild something. It could have just sorted it out since you've been driving it so long.
Yeah.
Like this may be a every 6-8 month thing. Throw a
it
new
out
IAC in
until we.
if this solves the problem. Until we rebuild the engine or put another engine into it.
Which
It
is
could just
the
be
plan.
it could just be the thing. Just gotta don't forget the gasket that it comes with because you'll have an air leak otherwise.
Yes, we don't.
So you don't need an
that.
air leak here.
Well, then you know my issue with the high revs.
It's kind of weird. They put nubs Oh, this one hasn't run out. Well, this is... Oh, I don't know. They put nubs on this thing so you really can't get like a socket like super far onto it for some reason. Maybe they do that on purpose so you don't crack the housing.
Huh.
Again, it doesn't have to go crazy tight.
Just tight enough.
Just tight enough to not let air in. Like that. I'm assuming there's some kind of a bypass valve. Like this must close against something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm wondering if that other one is like spring-loaded or something. And it's not supposed to push in like that. Or like if you push it in, if it's supposed to come back out on its own. I should have tested that, but we don't want to break that one. But now I'm saying serious because that just pushed in and didn't come back out again. So
maybe as the car's running it.
Well, it's got electrical connection, so
yeah, as
it powers something to do something. You know, it's probably some kind of a stepper motor too. Okay. So it might be gear driven. So now that I pushed it, it can only go one way. Because you're driving the gear one way and you can't drive the gear the other way. Possibility. Okay, that's back in.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Now that it puts the clip on the proper side of this thing.
Sweet.
Oh, we just broke that one.
Not sweet.
It's fine. It'll stay.
As long as it stays.
It'll stay. Even if you gotta put a zip tie around it, it'll stay.
Or electrical tape or something.
It's been off like a dozen times. Why did it finally break that time? Yeah, we'll get something around it. All these plugs are just going to start to break like that just because they're getting old and brittle. Okay, that one's in. And you put your air box back in.
Yep.
Got the new sensor into that one. Yeah. Okay, so now I got to realign that. Yeah, twist it because it's twisted on here. So just twist it down. Yep. Okay.
That it?
Yep, put the lid back on it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And the wing nut's right by your hand. Yep. Tighten down your clamps and we'll see if this solved any kind of issues at all. Okay, all the parts are back on. Air filter is in, clamps are tight. Sensor's in, plugged in. Let's see if it changed anything.
Oh.
Whoa,
stalled it. No, I stalled it.
Oh, you're in gear.
Yep.
Okay, high idle's normal. We'll let it warm up again.
No change?
Yeah, but I want it to come down though.
Oh, do you think it'll come down?
This is really high idle.
Yeah, I mean, it thinks that's 3, so I'm assuming that's not...
This is a really high idle.
Do you think it'll come down, or do you think it's inactive like now?
You have an idle adjustment on here. Now that maybe you fix something. Idle, is that, if I bring it, throttle it up, it balks.
What could that be?
Throttle position sensor might be bad too.
Okay.
Where do you adjust your idle screw adjustment? So we may have fixed a problem that caused a new problem that was a problem, and someone bumped the idle up to solve it. which could be why you're burning so much fuel. Turn it down for a second. I'm going to do something I know I'm not supposed to do. We just have the high idle, and it could be an air leak, or it could again just be 38 years old of just not being perfect anymore. And bring the camera close. Just bring it here, snap it off. Yep. Yeah. So under this cap is our idle screw. So I'm going to drill that out, and I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to anyway. And I'm going to back the idle down just a smidge. It's just a steel cap.
A steel cap covering
in the
it?
aluminum, yeah. They put a cap into it. Well, I just opened it a little bit. I just saw it turn. That's not bad. I just need to get the piece of metal out of it. Okay, Sam, start it back up.
Okie dokie.
Your throttle position sensor's bad.
Oh?
Watch. Hey, we're coming down though now. That's good. We were still at high idle.
We're still at high idle?
We were. That's where your car should idle at.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that right like that at all?
It should be about here.
So what is that at on the gauge?
It should be like an 800-900.
That it's slightly above 1,000.
Okay.
Which that could be 800 or 900. Because my auto gauge is 100% off.
What's that now?
Still one tick above 1,000.
And I can't come down any lower than that. That's closed.
Okay. But my gauge is off. My auto gauge is off. Now it's hunting again.
Hold on. It is hunting again.
Throttle at all?
Barely.
It's not hunting anymore.
I'm wondering if your throttle position sensor is bad.
Okay.
So it's not getting a proper reading.
So like another what, $12 sensor?
Something like that, but yeah, because it's starting to come back. Oop.
There it goes.
It's better.
Yeah.
I think we have to order a throttle position sensor as well, just to do it.
Just to do it.
Because yeah, that could be telling your computer that your throttle's open, even though it's not, and so your car is trying to compensate for it by air and fuel.
It sounds better though. It's not doing it as often.
Right. You're gonna have to drive it around a little bit and see what it does.
I mean, I have to go a little bit running around right now.
Okay. So you go do that, and when you come back, we'll see what it does, and we'll back out.
Okay.
Don't shut it off when you come back.
Just to be running?
Yeah.
You have to be ready though to put the block of wood.
That's fine.
Because if not in the car, it's rolling.
That's fine. Once it die out, right it. This is why, okay, now watch. It's doing it again.
When I give it a little lift.
Watch, just a little bit.
There's a little bit of a hiss. Do you hear that? When it's doing the surge?
So when your car starts to do this at a stoplight, just sit on the gas a little bit and let off. And it seems to solve it. I have a feeling your throttle position sensor is going bad as well.
Okay.
There's a lot of heat right here off of this your exhaust crossover.
Kill them?
Oh, heat kills sensors.
Okay.
Okay, but take this out and see what it does.
Okay, should I shut it off?
Are you gonna, oh yeah, you can shut it down.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to take it out and see what it does, and hopefully it runs better.
It sounds like it's gonna be running better.
Yeah, I mean, again, it still hunts, but I can stop the hunting almost instantly.
Yes.
Sam's gonna take the Fiero out. He's got some errands to run, so he's gonna take it out and see what it does. And again, I'm thinking he may have a bad TPS, because if I just bump the TPS, it changes the throttle and changes the hunting.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, as well as possibly a bad IAC, he may have a bad TPS as well. The one that's at advanced is $163. So I'm gonna do some searching to see if I can find a cheaper one, like on Rock Auto, because that, it's not an inexpensive price.
No.
So that's like an entire paycheck. Yeah. To buy that. So he's gonna go drive it, and then we'll come back and see what it is. See what he tells me when he gets back with it. Sam just rolled back up, and the car is still idle hunting pretty bad. But I did just notice. He said that his pedal was stiff. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. We adjusted things. But I was looking underneath here, and I didn't notice it before. The throttle cable is not in the cam. It's sitting outside of the cam. So I need to see if we can fix that up really quick and get it back where it belongs, and it should make his pedal move a little bit better. So, well, let's try to do that. So here's our throttle cable. Let's put it into the cam like that.
Think that good?
No.
No.
It's just your pedal's gonna feel better, probably. No.
Feel better, probably.
You may have been pulling on this thing though. So why our idle may have been off. Okay, try it, just hit your pedal now.
Okay.
Tell me how it feels. So I fixed the cable, now it's routed correctly. The idle is brought down kind of low. This here's our TPS. This little arm right there is the throttle. It's part of the throttle body, or the butterfly. This is the actual TPS. If I move it, I barely bumped it. I mean, I'm a half a millimeter off, and the idle stabilizes. If I let go of it, it's fine for right now. Then if I go a little bit again, I think we have a bad TPS. So let's shut it off. I am going to assume that we have a bad TPS, unless anybody else watching this can tell me anything better that we don't, and they can say, oh no, that's not a TPS, that's something else. But I'm going to assume with the way that the TPS is acting, it's changing idle all over the place, that it is a bad TPS sensor. So I'm going to see if I can track one down and order one up and put one in. But with that, I think we replaced things that didn't need to be replaced, but were old anyway, so we put new stuff in. So with that, we'll end the episode, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Weird.
Yeah.
So, since the last little bit of that video that you saw, the car has been running great. Well, number one, the different wheels were on it because Sam blew a rear tire out on the highway, so he had to swap back to his stock wheels. Whatever, not a big deal. But the car is running like this now.
Yeah.
The idle's come down, like we adjusted the idle.
Yeah.
The idle's sitting good.
Yeah.
It's not idle hunting anymore.
Yeah.
So we did order the new TPS, which we may or may not install immediately. And I ordered new wires for the couple of plugs that we broke, or sensors we broke. I ordered new wires for them. They're not here yet. But it seems to be, it was probably a learning issue. It had to relearn a couple of parameters for the computer to know that the car, air temperature possibly, and for the IAC knowing what the idle air was. So it seems to be fixed and it's running really well. And again, the idle's now way down where it should be.
Not all the way up to 3.5.
Right.
Still.
And it's so much quieter now that,
It sounds a lot healthier.
yeah, it sounds a ton better. So with that, we will end this episode. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everybody has a great week.